Hi, this is Adam Kunzmiller with Boardgame Geek at Gen Con 50, and I'm joined by Adnan Badi from Monolith.
Hi guys.
And we're here to talk about Batman. I'm excited. Yeah. So, what's going on in Batman here?
So, Batman, the board game, is a miniatures board game for 2 to 5 players that plays around 60 to 90 minutes. It's a one versus many game, so you'll have one of the players who will control their units to this dashboard. Okay, we'll play the villain. You know, characters like Bane, of course, the Joker, Clayface, all the iconic villains that we know from the Batman. The game is scenario based, so in this scenario, Bane and his henchmen have placed several explosive devices on this abandoned subway, trying to blow what is the hospital of Gotham on top of it. And of course, the villain is going to face the heroes who are going to play together. In this scenario, we have Batman, Catwoman, and Red Hood, who are going to try and prevent the villain from achieving his own objective.
One villain, multiple heroes.
One villain, one player playing the villain, and multiple heroes who play together. For those who know Conan, our previous game, one of our previous games, this is the same system that we use, the THS, but we have made so much adjustment to it. It's not only a reskin, it's actually version 2.0 of the system. Okay, we have many changes. I'm not going to cover them right now because it would take too long.
Sure.
But basically the system remains the same. If we look at a hero's board, we still have those gems in the green zone that we will use to perform actions such as melee attack, such as range attack, manipulation to disarm bomb, etc. Okay, when the hero has ended his turn, he will take all these gems, put them in the fatigue zone. Okay, so at the beginning of the next turn, you will only be able to recuperate a fraction of that gem. So that means that the more action you perform, the less you'll be able to perform.
Hunters unite! Deck is looking for the most courageous of gamers to take on a monstrous great white shark. Grab your friends and take down this beast before he terrorizes Gen Con. Get games and win a box of events are waiting for you in the Wild West.
Everybody loves that guy.
Space is limited, so pick your event tickets today.
So so the more action you'll perform, the more you'll exhaust, and the less you'll be able to perform in the future rounds.
Sure.
Okay, so that's kind of a system. Another cool thing is that when you take damage, let's say for instance Catwoman suffers 2 damage, she will take 2 gems from that fatigue zone and slide them to her wound zone, which means that these gems represent actually your ability to act, but it also represents your life points. Okay.
Sure. The more you hurt, the less that you can do.
The less that you can do.
Yeah.
Okay, and everything is represented by only these gems and 3 boxes. So that's kind of a cool thing. And when you get all the gems in the wood zone, you should be dead. But I mean, this is Batman. Nobody dies for long.
Right.
Okay, they always find a way to come back. And so that's the case in our game. You will recuperate a certain amount of gems at the beginning of your next turn, and then at the beginning of the next turn, you'll be able to
get the actions back.
Yeah, right. And come back into action. So you're never permanently out of the game. You may come back and perform the last action to win the scenario, actually.
Cool.
Okay, so this is basically how the game plays for the hero. And on the Overlord side, it's actually almost the same system. We have gems on green reserve, gems on a red reserve. And it's kind of different. The Overlord always recuperates 5 at the beginning of his turn, and he will be able to control all his units through these tiles. Some units represent only one guy, in this case Bane, that we have here. Okay. Some other would represent multiple characters, like the Brute shotguns, which are here, for instance. So every time the villain wants to activate a tile, it will pay the corresponding cost of the tile in the river. So if I want to play this guy, because that's the best move at that point during the scenario, they're on the 3rd position, so I'm going to spend 3 gems from here and slide them there. I'm going to take that tile, place it at the end, and slide all the other ones to the left, which means that now this one costs 7 to activate, and the other one costs 1 less. I mean. So it means that the villain also has this cycling, of tile that he has to manage, trying to make sure he gets the tiles he want to activate on the leftmost side of the river, so he can, make the most of his gems, actually. So basically this is how the game plays. The heroes and the villain will go back and forth like this up until in this scenario, we reach turn 6 and we decide who is the victor. I should mention that all you see here is prototype. Okay? The board, of course, will not bend. The colors are off on the board. This is not
What about these
final.
figures?
the figures are very, very close to what you'll get in the box. They do not come painted; they come unpainted. This is how we do with our games. But this is very close to the final result you'll have. Okay, so you have Bane here, of course. You have Batman. These are beautifully painted by a French artist we work with, who's called Martin Grandbarbe. We have some regular henchmen there, and we have, of course, the Joker. One of the many versions of the Joker and one of the many versions of the Batman we'll have during this game. And if you know a little bit about Jim Gordon, he's pointing his gun at the Joker. This is one of the things you will see happen a lot in the comics.
Yeah.
Everything we do with this game is based on the comics. No video game, no movies. We go back to the original material, which is the comics, and we will explore many universes. We will explore many arcs, like the Court of Owl, like Nightfall, things like this. So we're really focused on the comics.
And this is coming to Kickstarter soon.
This is coming to Kickstarter actually in 2018. Okay. February 2018. I have to point out that the game will be Kickstarter exclusive. Okay, so you won't be able to find it in retail. So if you want to jump in, that's now or almost never. The price range will be around $130 for the core box with more than 100 miniature. And for those who know Kickstarter, the more we'll progress in the funding, the more we'll unlock stretch goals. So basically at the end you will have more than 200 miniatures for $130. And on top of that you get a really cool, solid game.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Adnan, for talking to us about
Thank you.
Batman.